I've helped 500 men fix their hair loss, and most of them were making the same 4 mistakes. If your temples are getting weaker, your waves are gone, and that cabinet of products did nothing, this one's for you. In this video, I'm going to show you what each of these mistakes is and how they stop men from ever regrowing their hairline. Real quick before we get into it, if you're wondering which of these 4 is the one that's blocking your hair regrowth specifically, I'm doing free hair consultations right now. We look at your situation, figure out exactly what mistakes you're making, and how to fix them. Links below. All right, mistake number 1. Let's start with the mistake I see the most, and you probably got it in your bathroom somewhere. I've got this client, I'll call him Marcus. Marcus comes to me, and the first thing he does is list everything he's tried. Peppermint oil, tea tree oil, Jamaican castor oil, minoxidil, biotin, ketoconazole. The list goes on and on and on. I mean, this guy had a whole pharmacy in his bathroom. And he was faithful to this since he was playing ball in his college days years ago. And his hairline was still thinning. So sit with that for a second. Here's a man who's been disciplined. He's been using all these products and his hair is still thinning. Why? Here's what I found. Not one of those products actually touched the actual problem. You see, his scalp was congested, inflamed. He had buildup. I mean, pretty much everything you can imagine. He's been pouring that onto a ground that couldn't absorb it. He never did a reset. All he was doing was fertilizing concrete. And that's the mistake. You're reaching for product before actually fixing what the product is going to land on. And I get why. It's an obvious one. You see, everybody's selling a product. So you figure, well, I can fix it by just finding the right product. And when you look at your shelf in the bathroom, that's proof of what I'm talking about. But you're trying to grow grass on concrete. You see, the follicle is still alive, but it's buried. So nothing you put on top can even reach it. It's like building a house and you don't frame the walls before you pour the foundation. That's not what you do. So if that's your shelf where you have a drawer full of half-used products, don't beat yourself up. That's not a you failed. That's a you aimed at the wrong target, and it's fixable. So before you grow anything, you have to reset the scalp's foundation first. And this is the step that almost everyone skips. So that's mistake number 1. And at least you can see that one. It's right there on your scalp. But the next mistake, you can't see at all. It doesn't show up in the mirror. It doesn't show up in your hairline. See, these were men doing everything right on top of their head, and they're still thinning because the real problem was somewhere they never thought to look. The second mistake is even sneakier because you can't see this at all. Everything you're doing on top of your head, nothing is checking what's going on inside. And honestly, it makes sense why men miss this. Hair loss looks like a scalp problem, so you treat the scalp. I bet you no one has told you a hair problem, at least for most men, could actually be a blood problem. Here's one thing I want you to sit with: vitamin D. You see, your follicles need it for your hair growth to cycle efficiently and effectively. When you're running low on vitamin D, your hair gets stuck in the shedding phase and it's not growing. And this one hits us harder because darker skin make less vitamin D in the sun. So a lot of us are running low and have no idea. A 2024 review out of Medill University published in Frontiers in Nutrition pulled together 81 studies and nearly 3,000 men with male pattern hair loss. They found almost half of those men were low on vitamin D. And here's the part that hits closer to home. A study in the Journal of American Academy of Dermatology found Black patients had 6.3 times the odds of severe vitamin D deficiency compared to white patients. And men ran low more than women across the board. And I've had this exact situation come to me. One guy who did everything right still couldn't figure out why his hair was thinning. I call him James. James is a teacher. He stands in front of a classroom every day. So this is really wearing on him. He's been losing his hair slowly since 2017. And he's done the work. He used minoxidil, oils, and even tried finasteride until he experienced some side effects and he put it to the side. He was very disciplined, wasn't lazy, wasn't careless. But when I went through his whole history, here's what jumped out. Nobody in all those years have ever once looked at his blood. Not his vitamin D, not his iron, nothing. So I can see it on his face as I was explaining this to him. And he goes to say, so I could be doing everything right on top and still be missing the thing that actually matters? Exactly. The answer might be sitting in a number that the mirror cannot actually show you. So here's what James' whole story comes down to. A mirror can't show you your vitamin D, but your blood work can. That's the difference between guessing and knowing what's actually holding your hair back. So far, we've talked about men doing the wrong things, but this next one caught me off guard because it's about the men who are doing everything right and still taking 10 steps backwards. They got the right products, the right tools, the exact stuff I tell you, and their hair was getting worse, not better. So how does this happen? Wait till you see what this next guy was doing. This next one messed with my head the first time I saw it. I've got a client, I call him Dave. Dave pulls up his photos and his scalp was really angry, red, irritated, and tender to touch. And here's the thing, he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like one of the things he's doing is microneedling, the one tool with actual studies behind it. It's the thing I normally tell you to do. And he was rolling his scalp religiously. So look at this with me. He has the right tool, he's using it faithfully, and his scalp looks like this. Something's off here. What is it? There are two things. He's rolling way too often, and he had the wrong needle size. He grabbed a 0.25 millimeter off of Amazon. And on top of that, he's running it over his scalp that's already inflamed. So instead of stimulating growth, he was just beating up an irritated scalp over and over and over. So he had the right tool, I can't deny that, but he was doing it completely wrong. And what he did was he turned the one thing that worked for him against himself. And I can't even be mad at him. Nobody really taught him the difference. Let's look at this 2013 study. A 2013 study out of LTM Medical College in Mumbai, published in the International Journal of Trichology, followed 100 men with hair loss. The ones who added weekly microneedling to their minoxidil grew about 4 times more hair in 12 weeks than the men using minoxidil alone. So before you pick up a dermastamp or a roller again, hear me. With microneedling, more isn't better. You want to do it weekly, not daily. Now, those first 3 that we went through, foundation, the inside, wrong tools, or wrong technique, every one of them are fixable. You can really start correcting these today. This last one costs men the most, and you can't buy it back. It's literally 2 halves of the same problem. See, you wait years to start, but then you bail after 2 months because it didn't happen fast enough. And that's the easiest trap in the world to fall into. Up front, you deny it. Then 30, 60 days on the back end, you quit because it didn't meet your expectations. And, you get things like, I deal with it when I get older, or I didn't see nothing, so I stopped. I've heard both of these from damn near everybody. Here's a part that should light a fire under you. Time is follicles. You have follicles right now that are struggling but are alive and they're weak. And that's your window of opportunity. And if you wait too long, those follicles are gone, and they're gone for good. You have to understand, hair grows in cycles. So quitting after week 8, right before you're about to turn the corner and everything you did up to week 8 was gonna pay off. And I'm not talking about guys from years ago. I'm talking about you right now watching this. The man who waited too long isn't a name on the list. He's whoever keeps telling himself, later, I'll do it later. So hear me, and hear me clear. Your window of opportunity is open right now. And it's the most open it's gonna ever be. So every month you sit on this, not doing nothing, our follicles you can't get back. Don't be the guy who figures this out when it's too late. Start right now while you still have something to work with. So now you know the 4 mistakes keeping most black men from regrowing their hair. Chasing products before they fix the foundation, treating the outside and ignoring the inside, doing the right things the wrong way, and then waiting too long and then quit early. But hear me on this. Fixing these 4 clears what's been blocking your hair. It doesn't flip the switch that actually grows it back. There's one more thing every black man has to get right before any of this starts growing. And it's the piece that most guys never figure out on their own. I'll break it all down in this next video. Go watch it and I'll show you exactly what it is.